Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. Today we got some Steelers talk, of course, discussing some top Steeler topics and stuff we got going on, we've been seeing this week. Of course, the craziest one, I think I discussed it earlier on the Steelers Syndicate channel, is the Odell Beckham Jr. little reportedly being rumored and linked to the Steelers. We've seen that rumor report happen. I think I've seen it on Twitter before. I thought it was just a fan one, and then I seen it again with some I think NBC, Sports Illustrated had one, some Steelers channels that had it on there as well. I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy. You know, Odell Beckham Jr. I think that rumor, it might just be a rumor. I doubt the Steelers looking to bring Odell Beckham Jr. in, and they do bring him in. That'd be a crazy decision, I think. Odell Beckham hasn't really done anything really since the Rams. He played like that, and he was playing those games with the Rams, and he won a Super Bowl with them. In the Super Bowl, he did score a touchdown as well. They tore the ACL, and ever since then, he hasn't been the same again. A lot of injuries. Ever since he left the Giants. The Giants, he had a little injuries here and there, but ever since he left the Giants, he had a lot of injuries. The Browns, he had injuries from the shoulder and all the stuff that happened, and then we got finally free of that and went to the Rams. He was doing good. Then he got injured again, and then with the Ravens, he was in and out. With the Dolphins, injuries as well, in and out. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if Odell Beckham would be the wise decision. The Steelers are not interested in Amari Cooper because they have concerns about health. Then you're not going to be interested in Odell Beckham Jr. because Odell Beckham Jr. hasn't been that level of player that he once was in a long time. I know he had the little interview. He said he loved Coach Tomlin. He said he thought the Steelers were going to draft him, but then the Giants ended up taking him 3 spots ahead of the Steelers in that draft as well. And he said he always loved Coach Tomlin. He said he has a good relationship with Aaron Rodgers and all the cool stuff and stuff. But in my opinion, I don't think Odell Beckham Jr. would be the answer to add more weapons to your receiver core. I think it'd be best for you to go out there and get a Juwan Jennings if he's still available. I don't know if he got extended or not. One of those guys, Terry McLaurin or something, or go out there and just see what your young guys got. Calvin Austin looked very good, of course, in his training camp and stuff. And last year he put 500-something yards as well. He can make another big-time jump probably again this year. Ronald Wilson looked cool. Rock Taylor looked cool. Keyshawn Williams looked cool as well. See how those guys go out there and do. You got Robert Woods as well, another veteran who's still on the roster too. So see how those guys, things pan out. And you can always draft, not draft, you always trade for somebody as the season goes on. As the season goes on and they kind of get to like week 6 or 7 and you need to bring somebody in, kind of like you did last year when you brought in Mike Williams, you can bring somebody else in. But hopefully this time you bring somebody else in that has a little more impact, of course. But in my opinion, Odell should not be on the Steelers' radar at all. But we also seen, of course, Coach Tomlin press conference today. He was discussing the preseason matchup and discussing who's in and who's out. I think he said DK Metcalf and Aaron Rodgers are both out for this preseason 2 game. We also got an update, of course, on Will Howard. Will Howard, now at first he had a lot of promise around him possibly playing, but after he made that hit the interview yesterday, he was saying, like, I forgot to talk about that because I made a video about basketball yesterday. But he made an interview yesterday about his hand. He said he can't grip the football and all that stuff. I thought maybe it was like, he was probably getting better to play maybe week 3, but I don't think he's gonna play at all now because I'm seeing that he said he can't grip the football now. He can't do certain things. He said it's very painful and stuff. Like, yeah, he might not be able to play the following week. I thought it was a little promising, but it might be ruled out the table. So we'll see what happens. I don't know how many quarterbacks they're keeping. Most likely probably 3. It'll probably be, of course, Aaron Rodgers, of course, and Mason Rudolph. Those are 2 guaranteed ones. And after that, you can look at, you want to keep the 5th, 6th round pick, right? 6th round pick, Will Howard, young quarterback, or are you going to trade him? Not trade him, or are you going to just release him away so you can keep Skylar Thompson? In my opinion, I think they probably keep Will Howard, and then they'll probably release Skylar Thompson. Like that'd be the one they cut, and they just roll with those 3. But you never know what could happen. Like that now, Will Howard, those can get healthy, and he can just be, be injured like that. And you can kind of have him in limbo in the sense like that. You can put him on practice squad or IR, or you put him on like that, and then you have Skylar Thompson there, or Skylar Thompson can be signed to the practice squad, and you kind of wait around and see how things shape out. So I got a possibility. There's a possibility that all the quarterbacks could still be on the team, but we'll have to wait and see fully what happens. But I want to discuss, of course, Cam Heyward. We've seen a lot of reports about Cam Heyward possibly sitting out games if he doesn't get his contract extension. That's one of the things he said he was going to be valued. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if the Steelers, on Cam Heyward and everything kind of get situated and stuff. You got a lot of people discussing about the things. You got a lot of people going out there and there's a lot of different things. A lot of different things people discussing about the topic. Some people like what Cam Heyward's doing. They say they feel like he's deserving of this and is rightfully so on his rights to go out there and ask for money. And then some people saying no, he should not do this like that. In my opinion, it's not my money. I really don't care what the Steelers pay him or they don't pay him. But I also feel like it shouldn't be a distraction though. Once it become a distraction fully, where a lot of media start asking questions when the regular season starts, and you start asking questions about why Cam Heyward's out, why Cam Heyward's not doing this. Like Chris Jones, remember he was out from the Chiefs at first game a few years back, and the Chiefs lost that game to the Bills, and they went out there and signed them to extension and stuff as well to bring them back. Now their situation was different. They should have, like Chris Jones was coming off of a big time year, Super Bowl level, he was Super Bowl champions as well, and he also was a Defensive Player of the Year candidate like that as well too. So he was coming off of some nice seasons, of course. They just didn't want to pay him that big money, so he was sitting out that first regular season game. But in this situation right here, the Steelers are getting asked questions about if Cam Heyward do sit out. I don't think he'll sit out, but if he do sit out, and the Steelers start getting asked questions, there's people saying like, "Oh, the Steelers on Cam Heyward is still out. When's he coming back? Is Cam Heyward going to play with you guys? Are you guys going to trade Cam Heyward?" All the questions start becoming about that. And then it's time to, okay, you got to cut some ties a little bit. I love Cam Heyward, he's a future Hall of Famer, but eventually, okay, I don't want to be distractions. I want us to all be locked in about week-to-week basis. Having amnesia, a little short-term memory loss every week. You win, you celebrate it, and then you go on. Win, celebrate, you go on. If you lose, you evaluate it, and then you go on like that. We don't want to have distractions about things, about contracts and all the different stuff, the outside stuff. That's why the Steelers make sure they get the contracts and everything done before the season starts, so we won't have those distractions. We had that one time happen, of course, with Le'Veon Bell, and it became a distraction week after week. And then James Conner playing very good was a double-edged sword, because people start saying, well, you really don't need Le'Veon Bell anymore because James Conner playing like this. His first game as a Steeler, he put up 134 rushing yards. He's like, we really don't need Le'Veon Bell. Then you start seeing that happen, and they said Le'Veon Bell was at one point coming to sign his contract when that game the Steelers played the Panthers. That week, Le'Veon Bell has been signing his contract. He decided not to. He sat out the whole season, and then eventually the Steelers, he left the Steelers and he went to the Jets, and what happened after that? His career didn't go so well. But we'll see what happens, of course, with Cam Heyward. He's 36 years old. He wants to be a Steeler, of course. We know he wants to be here. I think they probably get something figured out a little bit if they have to make the rest of his contract this year and next year guaranteed to give him extra money, or they add maybe avoid this out and add a few more meals, maybe 4 more meals to add to his contract to boost him up from 14 to 18 million a year. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they'll do something to make it happen and get something situated. So we just have to wait and see and find out what the Steelers do. I also wanted to talk about, of course, the preseason matchup against the Bucs. I want to see, of course, a lot more. I know we've seen a good amount from them. We know they're gonna be nice. Derek Harmon, Yaha Black. I love what I've been seeing from Yaha Black and stuff, especially with he got an arm injury too as well. He's still playing pretty good football in training camp. But he did at first, not training camp, of course, not open to the public anymore. Like they had their last one in Latrobe on Tuesday. But I want to see, of course, Yaha Black go out there and do his thing. Derek Harmon go out there and do his thing. I want to see some of the young defensive guys. I like the way I was seeing last week from the secondary. Now I want to see some guys up front. A lot of up front guys make some plays. So Jack Sawyer, he was hustling. I like what I've seen from him. He was hustling, going out there and getting out there and making a play, of course, against Trevor Lawrence and stuff. Making big time plays, not being afraid like that, and not giving up on plays. That's the one thing I love about those high motor players. I love high motor players, guys who don't give up. Yeah, you might get beat, you might get chipped and knocked like that, but you never give up on a play, because good things can happen if you stay with it. And we've seen some plays that Jack Sawyer made, so I want to see more from the up front, the front seven and stuff from this week. Kind of like they did from last week with the secondary, so I want to see more from front seven, so we'll see what happens. But let me know down below what you guys want to see. Of course, fully from the team. Well, I guess I can do both sides. I did defense, I can do offense too. From offense, I did see a good showing of the receivers. Now I want to see a good showing in the running backs. I see a good showing for them in the O-line. I want to see a little bit more. I want to see a little bit more from the running backs in general, as a whole group. I know they had some plays. Caleb Johnson had a nice little run. Trey Sermon caught some passes at the backfield, got a touchdown as well. The other running back, I forgot his name. He was 34. The one that did the backflip in the end zone, he caught a touchdown as well. So I want to see more from them on the ground like that as well. As pass catchers, they've been doing good, but I want to see more of them on the ground. See how they look in this game against the Bucs. So we'll see what happens. But let me know down below what you guys think about every situation, everything I mentioned on here, about the Odell Beckham thing, about Cam Heyward, about receiver possibly being added like before week 1, and the preseason stuff, and all the different things that are going on. Let me know down below what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.